The idea behind it is to enable marketers and content creators to collaborate in a lot more meaningful and efficient way. The innovation that's being delivered over here is using technology to assist the current collaboration effort that happens between marketers and content creators. So most, if not many of times, is that we rely heavily on manual labor in updating Excel sheets on who are the creators we want to work with, how do they behave in different social media channels, and all the way to manually updating the reports, say if this Instagrammer posted an image, how did the views or change or interactions happen over time. So all this manual work is now being taken care of by the platform and automated to be on a live basis, hence freeing up more time for the marketers and content creators to focus on what they both really enjoy, which is properly managing the campaigns, and for the content creator it's just creating content instead of thinking of how should I prepare the report of my content, how should I prepare my media kit and portfolio in a particular sense. So I would say the product itself is, there's no discrimination between whether you're a mass or an enterprise level. It's actually tiered in a way that, for example, like now what we have on the platform is that you would have independent content creators, alright, people who are just starting out to field into this area, all the way to partnerships with production houses and also the talent managers within it. So it caters across the board in supply, which is the content creators. Same goes with the marketers itself. So there will be features to cater to several tiers, from mass all the way to enterprise. So why people would use it is rather, at the end of the day, when it comes to business, it's all about efficiency. It's all about how can you increase, as an agency for example, how do you increase the business margin of yourself. So if you can save time, which is the core resources that all agencies have, by using the platform, you're increasing your margin in that sense and enabling your team to have more capacity to handle, in this case, more campaigns. Hence, it adds value to users in that particular sense. So the source of revenue that comes from CatJira is twofold, right? So one is when you actually subscribe and create campaigns on board. So that's one of the campaign creation and monitoring fee that happens. Another one is that the platform is looking into payment facilitation as well, where we recognize there are content creators, when they work with marketers, there will be different forms of, I would say, reward or compensation. Some would be in-kind, some would be monetary. And the facilitation of a monetary transaction, that is where we would have a service fee to provide escrow services as well, to protect both marketer and content creator in delivery of the payment. We are currently ready for the market, hence we have several marketers on board, tiering from startups, agencies, as well as the enterprise level. So we do have enterprise level partners having on trial at the moment. How do we intend to grow the community would be focusing on one particular core value, which is the value of content creators. By enabling content creators to have more meaningful collaborations and growing their own portfolio, that would then grow the company and the usage of it by the marketers as well as other content creators itself. At the current moment within the market, in terms of how marketer-creator facilitation happens, we are only one of the few that's within the region. And how do we differ from the others is that while others are very geared towards enterprise solution and very driven towards what marketers should get on a platform, we are on the other side, right? We are more focused towards the content creators in this particular sense, where the content creators comes first and not the marketers, because at the end of the day, the value of the platform is how content creators could work much better with marketers in that sense. I think future plan will be developing deeper into the features. For example, like the enterprise level solutions as well as the mass market solution in this particular two-tier, especially on improving the what you call that, the user experience on both the supply and the demand side of it. because the easier or the more time you can save for both parties, the more efficient their work gets, and the better that collaboration would happen as well. For the very back to basic, don't quit your day job. Alright, why so? It's very, when you have a financial burden during the very early stages of a company or you're forming your startup idea, that really puts the idea development into not really a favorable field or stage, I would say. So by having a day job, like how me and my other peers in different startups work, is that we have a day job and we only stop it and go full-time on our ideas when there's certain traction coming in or we are getting investments from the investors itself. Until then, we will be doing 2 jobs at one day and really growing it until it's ready.